was, the Gemara says, there was two nevelot, two people, two despicable people that like to gamble, like to mess around with rabbis, and they decided to make a bet. Says, we're going to make a bet, 400 zuz. 400 zuz is a huge amount of money. 400 zuz, talking about big money. Says, I bet you 400 zuz that you can't make Hillel. Hillel is a can angry. The other guy says, I can make the walls angry. For 400 zuz, Hillel will become worse than me. Let's do it. 400 zuz. Put it on a table, put it on a table. All he has to do is make him angry. Hillel as a can, make him angry. That's it. So when do you go to somebody and make him angry? When's the perfect time to make somebody angry? Friday. Why? Everybody's angry naturally on Friday. Pressure, getting ready for Shabbat, the paycheck didn't clear, the traffic, problems, everyone's this, everyone's that. You're already angry naturally on Friday. Naturally, you wake up, Tisha B'Av, skin. Somebody that work on themselves, already wake up in the morning, already thinking about how I'm going to get to the Shabbat. What Shabbat? You just woke up, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. You're already worried about Shabbat. Shabbat is another 12 hours from now. Already he's upset. How I'm going to make it, how I'm going to cook, how I'm going to clean, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do that. Everybody's under so much pressure for Shabbat, they forget that it's supposed to be a holiday. They make it like it's like a funeral. So now he comes to, in those days, not like today, you could take a shower 500 times a day with no problem. In those days, you had to take the water, put them in a thing, heat them up with the fire, wait for them to heat up, then dip in there, takes a little while, took a while to heat up water and everything else. So in the afternoon, he comes to the area, to the neighborhood of where Hillel Zaken. Now Hillel Zaken is not your ordinary rabbi. Who is he? He's the president of Am Yisrael. He is top of the top. Best of the best. It's like the king. It's like the king, meaning you don't have to be religious to know who Hillel is. You don't have to be Jewish to know who Hillel is. Everybody knows who Hillel is. Hillel, not only that, he is from the lineage of David HaMelech. If Mashiach was in that generation, most likely it's Hillel. This is Hillel. This Am Haaretz, Nevela, comes, he says, Mikan Hillel, Mikan Hillel. Like, who's Hillel? Not Rabbi Hillel. Who's Hillel here? Who's this Hillel? Who's this Hillel? He's screaming in the middle of the neighborhood. Like he doesn't know who he is. Who is this Hillel? Who is this Hillel? Hillel, right now, at that moment, was supposed to go into the bath. Takes his bath, puts the coat on. The Rabbi says, oh, somebody's yelling your name. Okay, I'll get there. So 1 second, let me go. Yes, my son. Yes, my son. How can I help you? Yes. You Hillel, you're Hillel. Yes, my son. How can I help you? What can I do for you, my son, Alik? My son, you don't know who I am. Already in the meeting, I'm giving you a nice slap. But this guy, Hillel's like, what can I do for you, my son? He calls him my son, Bni. Bni Ayakar, he says to him. Ken Bni Ayakar. Oh, why do Chinese people have their eyes like this? This is what he asks him. Oh, Sheila Gdola Sha'alta. He says, wow, what a big question you asked. Big question. That's the question you asked. You interrupt my shower, my Shabbat, for this question. He says, Sheila Tova, you asked. They live in a certain area of the world where there's a wind and the sand, and Hashem wants to protect them, so he made their eyes this way. That's explanation. I'm minimizing it. Anything else, my son? No, it's fine. He goes inside and he waits him, this nevela, this despicable person, he waits a little bit because he knows he's using his robe, so he knows he's going back in the shower. He waits just enough time to let him go back into the bath, warm the water, heat it up, and what does he do again? Mikan Hillel, Mikan Hillel. Like you didn't just see him 2 seconds ago. Why are you asking who he is? How embarrassing is it? Somebody screaming. Imagine somebody coming to your block, to your neighborhood. Mikan Yaron, Mikan Yaron. Why are you yelling my name? Just ring the doorbell. Send a text message. Like, relax, buddy. Mikan Hillel, Mikan Hillel. Who's this Hillel? You didn't just see him 2 minutes ago. Facebook Live, nothing. So Hillel puts the robe back on, comes out. Yes, yes, my son. Yes, my son. How can I help you? Yes, my son. B'nai Yakar. He asked him some other stupid question. Why do black people have big thighs? This is what he asked him. Why do they have big thighs? He gives him an answer, this, that, the other thing. They're stronger, they're this, they're that. You have any other questions, my son? No. Goes back inside. 15 minutes later. Mikani lel, mikani, the whole thing all over again. Again, and again, and again, and again. And he keeps coming back with the same happy face. At this point, I'm strangling the guy in the middle of the street. I'm going to jail for this guy. Hillel Zaken, Bnei Yakar, She'ela Gdola Sha'alta. What a big question you asked. What a big question you asked. Why does this one have eyes like this? This one has legs like this. This one has money. This one doesn't have money. The sky is blue. The sky, all question, nonsense. After he does this, in mamash, misken, he does this over and over again. And every time it's just as embarrassing. And he's yelling and screaming, Mikan Hillel, Mikan Hillel. Who is here is Hillel? Who is this Hillel that everybody talks about? 500 times. Eventually, he says, I have a lot of questions. He says, oh, Seta, Hillel is with you. I'm here with you. How many questions you have, my son? All the questions, I'll sit with you until we answer all of your questions, my son. It's Friday. Shkia is coming up. You got to get ready. You got to go to shul. You're the biggest rabbi in the world. You're worried about this moron. They ask question, embarrassing himself and you and everybody else. And you're saying you sit with him as long as he wants. My son, he calls him. So now this Rasha sees that Hillel does not get angry. In fact, he says, I'll sit with you until we answer all of your questions. He says, Are you the person they call Hillel? Why, you didn't get it the first 500 times? He says, again he tries to, again. Imagine, it's like somebody says, I'm not upset. No, but why are you getting upset? No, but I just said I'm not upset. The fact you just said I'm not upset, it makes him upset. Don't get angry, but I want to say something. What? You saying don't get angry makes you angry. So the guy is like saying, Are you Hillel? He didn't just say 500 times. Are you the one they call Hillel? He says, yeah. Yes, my son. Yes. He says, if you're Hillel, may there never be anyone like you again. What a menuval. I answered all your questions for free, sat with you, you tortured me, you embarrassed me, everything else. And this is what you say? That's what I would say, if you survived by now. What does Hillel do? He says, why, my son? Why? He says, because you, Hillel, just made me lose 400 zuz. And he says to him, what happened? Why you lose 400 zuz? He says, because he tells him the whole bet. He goes, it's better that you lose 400 zuz than Hillel be angry. It's better that you lose 400 zuz than Hillel be angry. This Gemara teaches us from there, a person needs to learn midot, patience, from Hillel. From Hillel. Why? It's all a test. It's all a test. It's all one big test.